I feel like you were put on this earth to just be an entertainer.
I was. I really was. My sister and I, we used to entertain the family at holidays. You know, we used to have like a little dance routine we used to do or something like that. And it was always like that. I was always the guy that was willing to, laugh at himself, and that's what, I think wrestling, you got to be able to laugh at yourself, the Stone Cold Steve Austin and I in the grocery store, of course, I got a chance to watch that 2 months ago for the first time in all these years. I've never watched it. I've seen clips of it, but I've never sat out and watched the whole thing just because it's my work. I watch that kind of stuff sometimes. Most times I don't. And I watched it and I laughed from the beginning to the end because it was so funny. I cried with laughter. I mean, literally real tears the whole time because it was so funny. And now I see why so many fans come up to me when I'm at a convention and they go, "Hey man, your best match, man, was you and Stone Cold in the grocery store." And I'm like, "Match? What are you talking about?" But that's the beauty of, professional wrestling, being able to make fans feel a certain way, and we did it in a grocery store.
How much of that did you walk through? Like, did you go through each aisle and go, all right, there's the flour.
No. We didn't do that at all.
There's the milk.
No. We just ad-libbed that whole thing, and I knew it was what we call the payoff. And whatever Steve wanted to do, I was going to be there to make sure we got it done.
So you just knew we had this amount of time to fill.
It was a match. That's what it was. It was a match where I knew I was going to get about 10%. and if you look, and it was based from a psychology perspective as well. But a lot of people didn't, think about it or look at it that way, but that's the way we thought about it. So all I know is my job. And my job is, put this guy over. It's his time to shine now. It's time to really go out and, see what kind of acting chops you got. So,
How much time did you guys have at the grocery store before you started filming? And it was
30 minutes.
It was live to tape, right?
30 minutes.
It wasn't
live. Maybe 30 minutes, hour at the most.
Okay. So is Steve walking down every aisle being like, all right, there's some milk?
No, it was more of a lighting setup. And we went in and we walked through a couple of little areas. The one scene in the back, I think that's the only scene that we set up to where we went in the cooler area. It's the only thing, but we didn't have any verbiage. We didn't have any lines, script, or anything like that. Everything that Steve said was ad-lib. Everything that I did was ad-lib. It's like giving, guidelines in a movie to two really good actors and tell them, guys, just make it up as you go. And they're going to make it more funny than you can write it. Yeah.
So does someone from WWE approach the grocery store and say, all right, just to let you guys know, we're going to make a mess in here. And whatever it costs, we'll pay for it.
Yeah. They let them know it was going to be some damage. They was all for it. I just went back to the area and walked through it's a dollar store now, but in the same neighborhood. But they were so cool. They were so happy to have us there. We did about $15,000 worth of damage. And,
what was the most expensive thing you guys damaged?
I think just the being in the produce section. On the wall, not just produce, vegetables and stuff, because all the beans and stuff all of that stuff they had to get rid of.
Yeah, sure.
They would have had to get rid of everything, all of the fruit, all that stuff. They would have had to get rid of all that stuff. So I think that was the biggest area, because that whole section we wiped out. Yeah. But it was so much fun. I had just started growing my dreads, and I had eggs, in it. I had milk in it. It was I had flour, in my hair, and I had to go wash it. And I was like, oh man, this is kind of easy. But that's show business, lights, camera, action. That's the beauty of the business. That's the part I miss. I don't miss the wrestling, other than the moments. But the show side of it, making the fans feel a certain way, oh man, it's so great. Yeah.